Welcome to Back to School Night. This is Professor Ham, and I'm here for another video on sharing my approach of the different topics I'm teaching your kids. Today, the topic is around saving and how money can grow over time. So let's take a closer look. So this video builds upon savings and takes it to a different level and really focusing on what happens after you set that money aside. The goal here is to make sure that kids understand that money doesn't just sit still, but it can grow. And one way I do that is by saying that a small amount of money today can turn to a much larger amount later on. The goal here isn't for the kids to understand the math behind this, but to understand that time can have an impact on the outcome in a big way. When I explain compound interest, I do it very simply. Your money earns interest, and that interest earns interest on top of that. So instead of growing steadily, growth speeds up. Think about like a snowball. At first, growth seems small, but as the snowball gets bigger and bigger, growth speeds up. The key idea here is that growth speeds up over time, even if it doesn't seem that way in the beginning. A key takeaway in this lesson is that time matters. Students are introduced that starting earlier, even in small amounts, can have big impacts on the outcome. This doesn't mean immediate action, but understanding how time affects results. This might show up in conversations when they ask about how long something takes, or if they weigh up their options when starting earlier versus later. Another lesson that's introduced is short-term and long-term thinking. Some goals might develop quickly and others might take time. The key focus here is understanding that both exist and that time affects how we plan for both of them. As with the other lessons, it's not meant for your kids to understand any complex financial concepts, but for them to recognize that money can grow over time. Understand how time affects that growth and to begin thinking beyond immediate outcomes. These lessons might look differently in different households, so there's no right way that this should look. If these lessons give students a simple way to think about how growth affects their money or connects to what you already teach them in your household, these lessons are doing their job. Thank you again for watching the video and staying engaged. I appreciate you being a part of the conversation. Thanks again, and enjoy the rest of Back to School Night.